cool fall air rustling the leaves on the tree-lined streets in this community is a stark contrast to when settlers arrived in 1883. Dense sagebrush, rumored to be as tall as a man on a horse, filled the area known as Iona. The settlers were ready to leave by 1884, when those, including Thomas E. Ricks, built a makeshift church created by running boards across a wagon box for seats. Wilford Woodruff of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints spoke and gave what became known as the wagon box prophecy.
He made this famous prediction that if they stayed, that the desert would bloom like a rose, and it has.
As settlers continued flocking to eastern Idaho, stores and homes began lining the streets of the community. It is then in 1886 the town got its current name.
I could never find out why it was named Iona, and I'm a history buff, and I want to know about the history of where I live and so forth. And so for years I was always under the impression that it was Scottish settlers, because there's an island off the coast of Scotland named Iona. It was known as the Mormon settlement on Sand Creek until John Taylor, then apostle, named it Iona after a community in Palestine.
With Iona's rich history, the Iona Historical Society operates a museum in one of Iona's oldest standing buildings. The museum occupies the Latter-day Saint tithing yard, built in 1895.
The museum is a way to let the kids nowadays know how this village started and what our forefathers went through to get here too. You know, they came a long ways, and they came a hard way.
Johnson spent most of her life in Iona, moving to the community at the age of 2. She recalled having large 4th of July parades, rodeos, and parties in the park where children played games.
A small community is where you want to raise your kids.
I'm Eric Grossarth, and we are East Idaho.